Hey, so I'm making a video. Hopefully it will be kind of quick, but I just wanted to share some really great news with you guys. Kiana and I have been really praying and wanting to be a part of a mission trip, and I have been praying about it since 2014, and it has never really been the right time for us. And I'm really excited to share that Kiana and I are going on our first mission trip, and we are going to South Africa. We're going this October. And so the reason for my video is to let people know and to ask people to pray if you would consider just being a part of this story with us, whether it be financially supporting us or just praying for us. We're really excited, and we can't even begin to imagine what it is that God is going to call us to there in South Africa. But I wanted to let you know what the organization's about and what we're going to be doing there. So Sun Valley, this past Easter, partners with an organization in South Africa called Orchard Africa. And Orchard Africa is an organization that started out by feeding children who live in poverty, who are homeless. And from this feeding program, it turned into its own ministry, and has now evolved and has spread throughout South Africa. I think within 600 churches. This organization has helped to equip and teach and train up leaders, pastors, to better help and assist and serve the communities in which they live. And so 72,000 orphans have gone through this Orchard Africa intervention program. There are 3 million people who live in poverty in the township of Khayelitsha, and that is in South Africa. And so a majority of those who live in poverty are children. And HIV and AIDS has crippled this country. And there are big gaps in generations in which people have just been wiped out because the children are left because most likely their parents have died. And so they don't have the education or the knowledge or the tools that they need to better prevent HIV and AIDS from spreading. A lot of people are uneducated and they don't know what that is. There are a lot of women who are forced to, sell themselves to make money, which leaves them vulnerable in a place of being able to contract that disease. And so there are a lot of orphans there, and a lot of people live in poverty. And so Mafeking is also in South Africa, and it's up in the northern Providence. And Mafeking is where Orchard Africa started. And it started as a feeding program, and then from there had spread to other parts of South Africa. And so this ministry helps equip and train these pastors to go into homes, to help give them aid, to give them the resources and the funds and the medicine that they need to be able to help these people who are sick. They also built a church and a place where they can house children and they feed them. And 72,000 children have gone through this intervention program with Orchard Africa. And so I'm really excited to share that for the first time, I think it's actually possible that my daughter and I are going on a mission trip. I get emotional because I have a heart for God's people and I have a heart for Jesus, and I'm really excited that we're able to be just a part of a beautiful picture that's happening there in South Africa. And so I'm reaching out to make a video to let all my friends and family know that we're going. God is going to provide the way. This is the first opportunity in which the doors have just continued to open for us. And I'm ecstatic and I'm grateful, and I can't wait to see the way that God works in my daughter's heart and in my heart, and the way that he's going to transform our lives. If you know me, you know I have a heart for Jesus. You know that I am one to just go out there and love people well. That we are the hands and feet of Jesus, and that we can't just be confined to the place in which we worship, right? That we are to go out into the world, and even in our own communities. You don't have to go to a different country to be able to share the love of Jesus and to be able to serve so selflessly. And so I have a heart for the elderly, I have a heart for the children, and I have a heart for the broken and the lost. And God has just redeemed me and restored me in so many areas of my life that I want to be used by him in a way to touch other people. And my daughter and I have wanted to go together for so long. And so we're so excited to be able to do this together. We actually just had our first mission trip meeting. And so we have all our paperwork. And so this is where we're asking for help, is that we have a team of 50 people going. And 30 of them will be in Mafeking, and then 20 of them will be in Kailesha. And so what we'll be doing there is we'll be teaching children, we'll be feeding them, we'll be loving on them and serving them. We'll be walking with the pastors and the leaders of those churches, and we'll be helping them assist in any way that they need. We'll be teaching. One of our leaders had said that they had been there before, and in the township of Kailesha, it's 10 homes, and for miles and miles, and that's all you see, and there's no farmland, and there's no crops and no harvest. And so what they did one time was they taught them how to grow crops up because they don't have the space to grow a field. And so they taught them how to grow crops in jeans. They took jeans and they cut slits in them and they put the seeds in there, and they used that as the base in which they would grow these crops up. And these crops would be used to feed their communities and to help grow them so that their communities could then sustain themselves. And so what I love about Orchard Africa is it's not just let's come in and let's just serve you for a short period of time, and then while we're there, we're going to support you and love you, but then when we're gone, you're just left how it was, And I'm going to leave a link for Pastor Patrick. He is a pastor there, and Orchard Africa has just come alongside him and trained him up and equipped him to be the best leader in his community, because who knows best than the people that you are among every day? And so we're going to go and just be a beautiful part of this picture. And so you'll see a little video. I'm going to post it about the story behind it and just what he's doing there, how they help people who are vulnerable. It's not just children, but it is people who are sick. It is people who don't have medication. It's people who are elderly. It's the children who don't have parents. And I just think I am so blessed in the life that I have lived, and I just want to go and share the love of Jesus, and that they will know us by our love. And so for my daughter and I to just go and love these people well, I just pray that if you're able to just be a part of this story with us, whether you can support us financially. So 50 people need funding to be able to for all of us to go on this mission. And so I just pray that, and pray with me, if you would just please either partner with us and donate towards the fund of us raising the money to be able to go, or pray for us. Pray for the resources for our entire team to be able to go. If you can't give financially, that's okay too. If you would just be willing to pray for us, pray for us, all of us, to be able to get our resources for our traveling mercies to South Africa and back. Pray for us against protection. Pray for us for protection while we're there. Pray against illness while we're there, because there's certain vaccines that we must get and things that we need to prepare for before we go. Pray that our hearts and our minds would be open and so in tune to the people there, and just be able to be present in those moments that we're there. We're leaving October 3rd and we're coming back on October 14th. Pray for my family, my husband, who is so graciously accepted, and has allowed us, his 2 girls, to leave the country to go and follow Jesus. I mean, it's pretty amazing because it's our first mission trip, so we don't know what to expect, but I am so faithful in God, and that I know that he's just going to show up in such a mighty way, and my life and my daughter's lives, the trajectory of our lives are going to be changed forever, because a piece of us will always remain in South Africa. And so I just can't wait to see how God just orchestrates this beautiful picture for us to just be servants, to go there and to serve those that God so loves. And so pray for my husband as he's going to be away. He's going to take the boys on a boys trip. My daughter's going to be missing school, so pray that her school isn't hindered by our time away. and just pray for the leaders who are going to be leading us there, and pray for the hearts of those who live in South Africa. May they come to know God. May they see God's kingdom here on earth by the people who are so willing to just go out there and serve in any capacity that is selfless service. So I'm going to leave the link and a couple videos, and if anybody is so willing, we would be so grateful to you if you would just come alongside us and partner with us on our first mission trip. So thank you so much. Bye.